Good evening and welcome to KiniNews. Calling a U-turn or a decision to de-escalate tension, the Perikatan Nasional Government has decided to allow Parliament to debate on the emergency ordinances next month.
The Perikatan Nasional Government, led by Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin, is finally ready to follow the Yang di-Pertuan Agong's suggestions. In a statement today, Muhyiddin said the Cabinet will discuss bringing a motion to debate the emergency ordinances for the Parliament sitting in September. He added that the matter of the King revoking the ordinances does not arise after the emergency expired on Sunday. As such, he said, in line with the views of the King and Article 150(3) of the Federal Constitution, a motion to debate and then revoke the emergency ordinances can be brought to Parliament. The current Parliament special sitting was supposed to resume on Monday, but was postponed due to the risk of spreading COVID-19. However, the opposition have accused the government of using the virus to obstruct Parliament proceedings. This comes after the Agong gave a royal rebuke to the PN government for attempting to bypass Parliament to revoke the ordinances.
Here in Malaysia, we practice a parliamentary democracy with a constitutional monarchy. In line with this, Perikatan Nasional Minister Zuraida Kamarudin said she was left a bit upset following the Istana Negara statement last week. Housing and Local Government Minister Zuraida Kamarudin said she was a bit upset after Istana Negara issued a public statement regarding the proposed revocation of the emergency ordinances on the 29th of July. Calling the move, quote, not proper, Zuraida said the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, who was bound to act on the advice of the Cabinet in most matters, could have engaged the Cabinet first to seek clarification before issuing the statement. She said this when asked about the matter by the host on the Astro Awani talk show Consider This last night. After saying she was a bit upset, she explained that the palace could have sought a clarification from the Prime Minister's office. Zuraida added that the Prime Minister is granted an audience by the Agong once a week before the Cabinet meeting. Zuraida said the Cabinet decided to revoke the EO on the 21st of July and, in accordance with due process, presented the decision to the Agong. She said the King is supposed to listen to what is being recommended by the Cabinet. When pointed out that royal assent was necessary for any law, Zuraida disagreed. She said that if the legal advisor to the monarch is very careful in the interpretation of the law, he will know that even if the monarch did not agree, in 30 days' time it would be resolved or taken 6 months down the road. Because of this, Zuraida said that it is very much a waste of time, but the PN government is willing to clarify whenever the palace needs clarification. We spoke to Warisan Chief Shafi Abdal about Parliament and Muhyiddin, and this is what he had to say. But to help us do more interviews just like this one, do help support the channel. Malaysia needs a free press more than ever before, so check the link in the description to find out how you can contribute so that we can continue to ask the tough questions.
The doubt surrounding Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin's support in Parliament can be cleared if the Yang di-Pertuan Agong and the Council of Rulers order a test of his majority. Warisan President Muhammad Shafi Abdal, in an interview with Malaysia Kini, said this would be the only way left since motions of no confidence have been suppressed in Parliament.
Kita tak nak tekan institusi, tapi saya yakin bahawa kedaulatan institusi itu amat penting. Kedaulatan undang-undang negara ini amat penting. Kalau ada pencabulan, ketara kelihatan perlu ada campur tangan daripada pihak yang berkuasa untuk memperbetulkannya.
Attempts to make Muhyiddin prove that he commands enough support in the Dewan Rakyat have not been successful, primarily because its Speaker Azhar Azizan Harun kept putting motions of no confidence at the bottom of the agenda list.
Parlimen sebenarnya ada ruangnya, tapi malangnya dah tutup. Tapi jalannya sampai bila? Bulan 9, bulan 10, bulan Jawan. Takkan bulan Jawan pun dia dah tutup, macam mana nak luluskan? Ya, jadi masalah ini akan berlarutan.
The former Sabah Chief Minister also said it is important that a stable government takes over from Perikatan Nasional.
Yang penting kepada kita, perubahan kerajaan dahulu. Stage keduanya baru kita nak lihat siapa yang akan boleh menyatukan ahli-ahli yang ada. Jelas dia contohnya pada hari ini. Kita sebulat suara selaku pembangkang. Tidak ada pertikaian tentang kerajaan ini harus ditumbangkan, harus letak jawatan. Ini jelas. Bukan hanya datangnya daripada PKR, PH, daripada warisan daripada pejuang, daripada Tun Mahathir sendiri pun, Tunku Razali pun selaku wakil Barisan Nasional ataupun UMNO turut juga menyuarakan, tapi malangnya tidak dapat kita terjemahkan kepada ni.
He said a stable and unified interim government should govern the country until the situation is safe to return the mandate to the people. This may take 6 months or a year, or until the expiry of the parliament term, but the focus would be on handling the COVID-19 and pandemic crisis.
Najib says Putrajaya has made a U-turn and in the process proven that they had lied to the people.
With Putrajaya's latest U-turn by promising to have the emergency ordinances annulled through Parliament, Najib Abdul Razak wants the motion on the annulment to be prioritised. The former Prime Minister said it should be the first motion and should not be placed as the last thing on the agenda. Earlier today, Putrajaya de-escalated tensions with Istana Negara by vowing to ensure the emergency ordinances are annulled through Parliament. As it stands, the Dewan Rakyat will convene on September 6th. According to the current order paper, the sitting kicks off with the royal address, followed by 4 days of debates and 2 days of ministerial replies. Writing on Facebook, Najib also said Muhyiddin and the Perikatan National Ministers lied about the emergency ordinances being revoked, and the 4-page statement on July 29th was a lie to the Agong and all Malaysians. Najib said this is because today the PN government said the revocation could not be fulfilled earlier.
Good Morning G-Sure is the first plant-based and complete nutrition drink made in Malaysia. It is suitable for those who are lactose intolerant. Research made by local universities found that more than 90% of our Malaysian population are lactose intolerant. Lactose intolerance can cause bloated stomach and diarrhea. Good Morning G-Sure helps to improve the immune system, reduce the risk of illnesses, and helps to improve general well-being and strengthen our bodies. A happy family starts with a healthy family. I'm still active, healthy, and going strong at the age of 52. It has to be Good Morning G-Sure.
Shellfish, red meat, and beer. If you love indulging in these foods, you may end up with high uric acid level in your blood. These foods consist high level of purine, a substance that will eventually break down into uric acid and be excreted through our urine. It is recommended that the amount of dietary purines should be kept between 600 to 1000 milligrams per day. Having too much uric acid in your blood can cause attacks of gout. It can also cause kidney stones and blockage in the kidney. The crystallization of the excessive uric acid in your blood can be eased by reducing purine-rich food to only 100 to 150 milligrams daily, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and consuming urinary alkalinizer like Ural. It consists of sodium bicarbonate, citric acid, and sodium citrate that increases the urinary pH and solubility of uric acid to prevent crystallization. Best of all, it's lemon-flavored and sugar-free. Ural, effective urinary alkalinizer. Neutralize your uric acid problem now.
While opposition MPs had to face the FRU on Monday, opposition senators had it relatively easy. Here's what happened outside of Parliament this morning.
Opposition senators did not face any obstacles today as they made their way into the Parliament building. This was in stark contrast to the reality faced by opposition MPs yesterday, which resulted in a face-off with FRU personnel. Senators gathered today to hand a memorandum to Dewan Negara President Rais Yathim after the August 3rd to 5th special sitting was postponed. The 16 senators also urged for the emergency ordinances to be laid before and debated in the upper house. They initially entered the building at 9:30 a.m. and emerged again. PKR Senator Yusmari Yusof then formally handed over the memorandum to Dewan Negara Secretary Muhammad Sujairi Abdullah outside the building at around 9:45 a.m. According to news portal The Vibes, police at the scene instructed all to disperse at 10:08 a.m.
Barisan Nasional MPs are supporting Muhyiddin Yassin according to a deputy minister, and they supposedly have the paperwork to prove it.
40 BN lawmakers have signed statutory declarations to prove to the Yang di-Pertuan Agong that Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin still has majority support. This is according to Deputy Communications and Multimedia Minister Zahidi Zainul. He is one of the UMNO rebels wishing for the party to stick with Muhyiddin and Perikatan Nasional. In a press conference live-streamed by Astro Awani today, he also argued that UMNO's decision to sever ties with Muhyiddin's party Bersatu will only take effect when the 15th general election comes. He added that there are only 2 MPs not supporting the Prime Minister. They are Zahid and Gua Musang MP Tengku Razali Hamzah.
Maknanya pendakwaan pembangkang ni Tan Sri Muhyiddin dah hilang sokongan. Jadi maknanya kita Barisan Nasional, kita berkumpul, kita lihat berapa sokongan, maknanya kita hantar SD kita. Dan kita hantar 40 sokongan, kita tak masalah. 40 sokongan telah kita hantar. SD menyokong Tan Sri Muhyiddin.
Meanwhile, the Deputy Minister said 3 former PKR MPs, including Kuala Langat MP Dr. Xavier Jayakumar, have also declared support for Muhyiddin.
That's a wrap for Kini News today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. Don't forget that you can follow us on social media on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube and Facebook to get the latest headlines. If you would like to support the independent media, do consider a subscription to MalaysiaKini.com. When you're heading out, please don't forget your mask, and when you can, do try to stay home. I'm Daniel Anthony. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe, Malaysia.